Welcome to Old Folks Racing PlayStation. Welcome to the new season. It's the autumn 2022 season, and we are here at Brands Hatch with the Ginetta G40 GT5, and it's the beginning of a new era for Old Folks Racing PlayStation with the next 5 rounds, 10 races with the same car in different British and American circuits in the first ever Transatlantic Cup. And today it is round 1, and here at Brands Hatch we have quite a lot of drivers, and Diogo Silva is on pole position, followed by Samanao and Del Taylor in their head on the second row. Third row is Kev Allen and Jorge Jesus. Fourth row John Scott and Peter Adrian. Fifth row it's Rob Oldham and a new player who I happen to not know the name, so I'm going to refer to him by the abbreviation ERI, and away they go, and here we are in the new era of PlayStation Racing, and Simon Allen is going to lead them into the first corner. Diogo Silva has had a poor start, and he is, well, number 31 there is losing. That's Kev Allen losing a bit of ground there. Kev Allen down into 6th place. Simon Allen leads from Del Taylor. Diogo Silva from pole position drops to 3rd. Darren Head maintains 4th place. And we are on the first of 13 laps. And they are closely bunched as we expected here with this car. Look at this Kev Allen on the inside of Jorge Jesus. That's a job done possibly. And Kev Allen up into 5th place. And whoa, and then cutting there. Cutting a little bit of that corner and losing the position back. Look at this. John Scott is trying to challenge. Gonçalo Mota is up into 6th place. Look at this. Kev Allen, just a small mistake. And look at how much time he has lost. This is the replay of the start. Look at this. Diogo Silva a little bit slow off the line. And Simon Allen and Del Taylor are going into Paddock Hill Bend already in 1st and 2nd. Oh, Kev Allen just hit the back of the red car of Darren Head, and look at that, Jorge Jesus on there trying to go on the outside. Oh, and there was contact between George and Kev, but not terminal contact. Oh, look at this, George very aggressive there on Darren Head as well. And this is the replay now on the inside. Nice move there off the Graham Hill Bend, but now is braking, and a little bit too hard on the brakes, and the car just swerved towards the inside of the car. Look at this, Jorge Jesus, and then Gonçalo Mota and John Scott are also ahead of Kev Allen. This is the replay from Jumbo's perspective. He is in 12th spot, up to 11 there in Paddock Hill Bend, trying to go on the outside. Almost contact there, but survives to fight another day, and he's now on the back foot, or is he? 3 wide into Druids, and well, this was always going to be a problem as Jumbo is challenged by Peter Adrian. Look at this contact between the two drivers. This is a close racing as we expected with a GT5 car, and lots of action already in the first few corners. This is for 10th place, but it could well be for the lead as these drivers are battling hard. Peter Adrian in 10th place, Jumbo in 11th. Here is the start from Wayne Robinson. He is in 15th and last in his debut in Old Folks Racing PlayStation. Look at this absolute beauty. 15 cars going through Paddock Hill Bend, and Wayne just getting used a little bit to the racing in Old Folks Racing. Look at that. This is a compact field there through Druids. A bit of pushing and shoving there with someone, I think it was Rob Oldham. Yes, Rob Oldham ends up being slightly pushed off the track there. And Wayne Robinson is off the track as well at Graham Hill Bend, and here comes Rob Oldham, and this is what contact between the two drivers here as well, as Rob is up into 14th place. Not the start that he wanted to the championship. He's got a lot of work to do if he wants to recover a few more positions. Gonçalo Mota and Jorge Jesus collision. Almost Kev Allen collected by Gonçalo Mota, spinning after hitting Jorge Jesus. I think Gonçalo was on the inside there. And that's a tricky corner to go side by side, and George was off the track as well. We are going to check where they are. George Zuz is shown in 10th place, and Gonçalo Mota, unfortunately from a great start, has dropped into 15th spot. Simon Allen retains the lead of this race, followed by Dale Taylor and Diogo Silva. Darren Head, the top four have not changed. John Scott, nicely done, up into 5th place, following George's excursion to off the track, and Cavallan continues now to be in 6th. This is Team AB 321. And I promised that in the next race I will get all the right names. Great to see some new drivers here in Old Fox Racing PlayStation. And when Robinson is off the track at Paddock Hill Bend, Gonçalo Mota. Oh, and Rob Oldham has retired the car. Rob Oldham has retired. We're not sure. Well, he's going to heaven with this Ginetta, and we're not certain exactly what happened here, but we understand that he disconnected. Something happened to the top 3, and that was Dale Taylor. Dale Taylor is dropping down the order like a rocket. Look at this, he may have disconnected as well. He's shown in 11. He has been dropping. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. It seems to me that Dale Taylor oh, Darren Head is off. Darren Head is off the track. Darren Head is off the track. This is possibly a replay. He was up into 3rd. That's due to Dale's. Well, I think Dale probably just stopped. And look at this. Oh, Darren Head, a rare mistake by the 2-time champion. He's now facing the wrong way, and he's dropping down the order as well. He basically has to wait for almost the entire field. And and gets hit there. Gets hit by another driver, and that's Team AB 321, and I think, well, let's have a look at this. Ooh, and Darren had trouble. Oh, he was trying to get out of it, but it was probably these ones on Darren for returning to the track a little bit too quickly. I don't think the team could have done anything to avoid that crash. So now Darren also compromised his race. He's in 12th place. Look at this. This is George Zuz on Jumbo. And how is Jumbo up into 6th place? Now 7th is anyone's guess. He has been climbing silently through the field. Absolutely no mistakes whatsoever. He does lose a position now to George Zuz, so he's down into 7th. But there's still early days. 3 laps out of... Oh, Jumbo there. The inside curb is not a great idea in the Druid's corner, as he was about to find out. Cavallan, where is he? He's in 4th spot, and John Scott is in 3rd. Oh, John Scott has made a mistake. Well, was that Simon Allen? It was Simon Allen. Simon Allen, the race leader, has had a problem, and this is the replay of what happened. We have... Oh, he just clipped the inside curb, and here comes Diogo Silva into the lead of the race. The reigning champion is now in the lead, and look at this, Simon Allen is going to lose a lot of time. Look at these positions changing all the time. Peter Adrian, we saw him just a few moments ago in 10th spot. He's now up into 4th. Absolutely brilliant racing. There are drivers that we haven't mentioned yet. And well, there are some drivers doing a great job there. Peter Adrian in 4th place. Look at David Emge in 8th. That's also good. And ERI is the best of the rookies in... Oh, look at that. That's Alonso Fonso, George Jesus, and Peter Adrian and Simon Allen are battling big time. Simon Allen very keen to get that 4th place. I think he's got the job done now. And George is trying to follow him, but... this is as close as it gets, and of course this is what we wanted. Absolutely, picking this car for an entire championship of 10 races is to see precisely this. Simon Allen is off the track. Simon Allen is off the track. Peter Adrian is back into 4th place, and here comes Jorge Jesus. Can he go into Paddock Hill Bend on the inside? Probably not. He's too far behind. Not easy to outbrake Simon Allen in any case with any car, let alone with this car in particular. Look at Simon Allen, he's very keen. Oh, a little bit too late there on the move. Oh, a little bit definitely too late there by Simon Allen. A bit of a bump effect there with Peter. And he was coming from way back there, now into Graham Hill Bend. And now look at this, Simon Allen is really... Ooh, a few moments ago, this is race leader Diogo Silva. And he's into Druid's corner. And... Ooh, and Diogo is... Oh, he's spun! He's spun, and look at that. And John Scott is the new leader. John Scott is the new leader, and Kev Allen in second place. This is absolutely amazing. All drivers are making mistakes, and Simon Allen led and made a mistake. Diogo Silva led and made a mistake. Dale Taylor, where is he? He's in 14th spot. He has not been able... No, he's retired the car as well. He's disconnected, so we've got two disconnections. Rob Oldham and Dale Taylor. And Kev Allen, who was battling for 6th or 7th in the first lap, is now on lap 4 battling for the lead of this race. John Scott is the new leader. I'm not sure if this is the first time. Well, he has not led a lap yet, and Kev Allen is trying to make sure that he does not lead a lap, and Kev Allen is the new leader. Kev Allen is not the new leader of this race on lap 4 out of 13, and we are not yet. Oh, and Diogo Silva is again. Diogo Silva is spinning. Diogo Silva lost it again, and this is the inside curb again, and drivers are starting, well, probably have a lot of time in this championship to understand this car, but some drivers are already making loads of mistakes in race 1. Diogo Silva is still in 3rd. He does not lose any positions, but he lost a lot of time. Simon Allen is still in 4th after that mistake where he was in the lead of the race. 5th is George Jesus. George Jesus is also making a recovery in that number 22, the white car, and George is definitely well, he's going up the leaderboard quite quickly, as he's now in 5th place. Peter Adrian in 6th, Jumbo in 7th, then it's ERI in 8th. I do apologize that I haven't memorized the new names yet. My bad, but I will do so before race 2 goes live. And David Emge, I think, is the only driver we haven't seen yet on the screen, but he's quietly doing a great job. He's in 9th place. Remember, we've got 15 cars here. So, no, Kev Allen. Kev Allen is off. Kev Allen is off. Kev Allen is off. John Scott is the new leader again, and this time he's probably going to lead a lap. Look at this, Kev Allen, quite a big shunt, and this is on the outside curb. He just lost the car. He hits the barrier. Fortunately, no damage in Old Fox Racing PlayStation, and let's see where he ends up. And that was Diogo Silva coming in quite quickly. Kev Allen did see him, so nicely done there by Kev as he was rejoining slowly. Jumbo is, well, he got overtaken by David Emge. David up into 8th, but Jumbo has probably other ideas. He made a mistake. In fact, he's lost 7th place as well to ERI, the rookie. So we've got a rookie already in 7th place. That's good to see. Nice challenge by the new guys to very established names behind ERI. That's David Emge, Jumbo, Darren Head, 2-time champion, is in 10th place. Gonçalo Mota is in 11th. Tim and Wayne are in 12th and 13th, and Dale Taylor, of course, has disconnected, as has Rob Oldham. But nicely done there by that was Jumbo trying to get back. Well, he hasn't gotten back into 8th place yet. He's still in 9th. Now, what is this? This is George Zou. George has been climbing nicely and with no mistakes. And he's now putting pressure on Simon Allen. This is for a podium position. Remember, we've got 15 drivers here. So there's plenty of points to be gained and lost today in this new era of Old Fox Racing PlayStation. More drivers, and that's something that we definitely wanted to see. Some new drivers and everyone having a good time racing with combos that provide excellent racing, close racing, better parity, and more uncertainty as well on the final outcome. And certainly we're seeing that here because John Scott has now led a couple of laps. He is on lap 6, so approaching the midpoint of this race, and he's got a gap of almost 5 seconds over Diogo Silva. And Simon Allen has made a mistake. Simon Allen has made a mistake and lost 2 positions in one go, and this is what happens with close racing. You make a mistake and immediately you move from 3rd to 5th. That's exactly what happened to Simon Allen. Simon Allen in pit lane. Simon Allen in pit lane. Simon Allen is in pit lane, and he may have had a drive-through for a jump start, and that start was a little bit too good to be true. And we can now see that it was too good to be true, and he's lost a gazillion seconds with this because he's dropped right down into 10th place behind Darren Head, who is now in 9th and not having the race that he wanted, the 2-time champion of Old Fox Racing PlayStation. And that has put, Jorge Jesus was already in 3rd, that has put Kev Allen even after that shunt. Oh, and this is Jumbo now on David Emge, I believe. No, it's not on David Emge. It is Jumbo actually being overtaken, or at least challenged, by Darren Head. It seems to me that Darren is on the outside for the next corner, but he's completed the pass. So Darren Head also trying to get up the standings. He now has David Emge up into 7th. And rookie ERI is up into 6th place. Where heck can he finish? Where can he finish? We could have a rookie in the top 5. Peter Adrian, nicely done there in 5th place as well. He has oscillated between 10th and 4th in this race, but has been generally very competitive. So watch out for some of these drivers because they could be challenging for victories and podiums as this championship continues. John Scott is actually, he's losing a bit of time in the last lap. Look at this. This is now Kev Allen on Jorge Jesus, and Jorge is going to try to run side by side, which is not possible with this car at Druid's Corner. And Kev Allen back into a podium position, and lots of position changes. As look at this, Jorge Jesus comes right back at him. This is a tricky corner to overtake, of course possible, but you just need to carry the maximum speed possible, which is not exactly what Kev Allen has done because he has run wide a little bit. Here comes Jorge Jesus, and this is what we wanted to see, side-by-side racing. And this is going to be tricky to run side-by-side here. Probably Jorge will give up. He never gives up, does he? He was almost getting off track, but managed to survive to fight another day. Now has a good exit there to go into the final section of the circuit, and this is great racing between these two drivers, with Kev Allen maintaining 3rd for now. I'll tell you who's loving this is probably Diogo Silva, who was at one point under attack from Kev and George, and now has opened a little bit of a gap. And John Scott is now on lap 9 out of 13. He's got 4.3 seconds of a gap over Diogo Silva. And could we be witnessing a first-time winner in Old Fox Racing PlayStation? There is only 4 laps to go at the line, and it is a relatively short lap, so watch out. We could be witnessing some history here today in round 1, race 1 of Old Fox Racing PlayStation, the autumn 2022 season. In fact, it's 2 separate seasons, the Transatlantic Cup, 10 races, and then we have the GTE Cup, which will be another 10 races to complete all the racing planned for 2022. Now Jorge Jesus has lost a few car lengths there. He was doing quite well until Kev Allen very competitive in this car traditionally, as is Simon Allen. Simon Allen is in 8th place. He has been silently moving up Other drivers have been moving down. David Emge now sitting in 10th place. Jumbo up into 9th. Darren Head up into 7th. And doing a good job. Maybe he can get to 6th place. Peter Adrian is, look at this, not far at all from a podium position. And he is actually getting closer to George Susan. Oh, and that's our rookie, Erin 1XO. Oh, and where is Darren Head? Darren Head should... Well, Darren Head has not gone ahead of the highest rookie. But the... Well, Erin XO is going to have to contend with a deadly combination of Darren Head and Simon Allen, and I wouldn't want that for my first race in Old Fox Racing PlayStation. I'm quite curious to see what's going to happen there. This is David Emge in 10th place. He's still in the top 10 position. Gonçalo Mota, Tim and Wayne are behind, and they are the last of the finishers. This is Gonçalo Mota, who started this race very well, but a couple of problems have put him down to 11th, starting with that clash with Jorge Jesus in the first few laps. Peter Adrian still challenging potentially for a podium position, although some things need to happen. Look at this, this is Diogo Silva, and that is not John Scott, that is Wayne Robinson going a lap down, but of course he cannot disappear, and there's a lot of parity in here. He's gone a lap down, but of course drivers still have, even with cooperation, to maneuver their way around drivers that are being lapped. And Diogo Silva, where is he now relative to John Scott? He's lost a bit of time there, 6.3 seconds. Kev Allen also has lapped Wayne Robinson. So the top three are now separated by 9 seconds, and John Scott is looking increasingly good to win his first race. Alonso Afonso, Jorge Jesus has actually recovered some time as well. He's now... Oh, and Kev Allen, and there's a clash. Oh, incredibly, Jorge has pushed Kev back into the track. Now that is cooperation, I would say. He's probably not too happy that Kev is still ahead of him, and I think I can feel the frustration on Jorge Jesus, because Kev basically went off the track and was spinning back into the track, and now George is going to go side by side. Look at this, absolutely brilliant chase camera, and George seems to me he's ahead, but he's got the outside line. Can he hold that outside line? Absolutely brilliant view, and I think that, yes, Kev Allen is going to have to yield this. And Jorge Jesus is up into a podium position again. Let's look at the gap at the front. It has gone down again to 5 seconds. This is David Emge closing in on Jumbo, and Jumbo is not with the pace that he wanted at this point, and ooh, a little bit of a late move there, and oh, and the Jumbo runs wide. Here comes David Emge now into 9th place, and Jumbo spins. I think Jumbo spun, and here comes Gonçalo Mota into 10th place, and Jumbo not having the race that he wanted, but I don't think there was any contact there with David. I think Jumbo was, well, he was already off the track into the curb and just lost it, is my interpretation of what happened. Kev Allen is trying to go back into podium contention, but look at this, Jorge Jesus has another pretty good lap, 137.9, and Kev Allen at 139.7. That's not, well, that's probably because he went off track initially, but still Kev Allen losing touch with that podium. Simon Allen, where is he? He's in 8th place, and ERI, the rookie, continues to be in 6th place, which is very, very impressive. Look at the time, it's 137.7. That is pretty good. In fact, it's it's 138.5. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong driver. Still, he's only a few tenths of a second slower than Darren Head, but Darren is coming, and we still have 2 laps to go. A lap to go at the line. Peter Adrian in 5th place. and everyone is starting to believe that John Scott is going to win this race. Look at this, Diogo Silva is coming on a late challenge. The gap down to 3.6 seconds, but only a lap and a half to go. Simon Allen and Darren Head now reach finally the highest placed rookie, but this is going to be tricky. Just a lap and a bit to go. Jumbo is in 11th place. That's Team Ab 321 is in 12th, and Gwen Robinson is the last of the runners in 13th spot. But where is the leader of this race? He's already on the last lap, so John Scott is just a few corners away from making history. He's going to be another first-time winner in Old Fox Racing PlayStation, and of the 15 drivers we had here today, we already had Diogo Silva, Jorge Jesus, Kev Allen 3, 4 Darren Head, 5 Simon Allen, 6 Jumbo, 7 Dale Taylor, so half the field had a win in the main championship. In other championships we have a few more winners, but John Scott is going to become another Old Fox Racing PlayStation winner, and he is going to lead the championship after round 1. And again, we haven't seen anyone new leading the championship since Darren Head first led the championship on the Spring Championship of 2021. So definitely John Scott, if he can hold on a few more corners, he's going to make history and he's going to win the opening race of Old Fox Racing PlayStation. I think he's got this under control. Through the last corner he goes, and John Scott is going to win. The checker flag is in the air and John Scott wins. Diogo Silva is going to finish in 2nd place, and Jorge Jesus completes another Portuguese in the podium. 3rd place. 4th is Kev Allen. A well fought race by Kev as well. That's a nice finish. 5th is going to be Peter Adrian. Nicely done for Peter, a top 5 to open the season. And 6th place, oh look at this, this is absolutely brilliant. And who's got it? I think Erin 1XO has got 6th place, and this is the replay as Darren Head. Well, let's have a look at this. This was basically a photo finish, and again, what a way to end this race. Darren, oh, nicely done there by Darren, but nice protection there by nice defensive driving, but I think that Erin 1XO definitely has finished in 6th place, followed by Darren Head in 7th. 8th was Simon Allen, and 9th was Gonçalo Mota. Gonçalo up into 9th place at the end. That's good to see Gonçalo going ahead of David Emge, and Gonçalo making a good recovery after those early challenges, still securing a 9th spot, and David Emge also in the top 10, which is, I think, very good considering we have a 15 car field here. Jumbo in 11th, he hasn't had the race that he wanted. 12th is Team 321, and 13th is Wayne Robinson. We do hope that the 2 drivers that disconnected are going to be back in race 2. We hope to see more close racing, more action in Old Fox Racing PlayStation. For now, we say goodbye and see you very soon in race 2. Thank you and bye bye.